Alright everyone, welcome back. Jason Ballas here again, once again, continuing on the 2008 bow review. Today the bow I'm going to be evaluating is the Diamond Marquis from Bowtech, Diamond's line. They say it's a lesser brand line, but to tell you the truth, Diamond, what I've found in the last few years, is just as good as Bowtech bows, just as good as any of the top of the line models out there. So I wouldn't say there's a lesser end of a product, but Diamond definitely puts together some good things. So let's see what we have this year with the Marquis. We're going to cover a little bit about the bow here initially. The axle on this bow is 34.5 inches. We have a 7-inch brace height. It's set up with the in-velvet coating that they have on the Bowtech bows this year, which is really neat. It's almost like it's like a velvet, like a rubbery velvet feeling type finish on the bow, which makes it not only absorb some of the shock, but it also, if you bump something out in the woods, it's not as loud. Sounds a little bit like metal, but yet it gives it a dull sound. Now they have the custom suppressors that they've always put on their bowstrings. They have their custom string, this one being gray and black on here. They have a short stop string suppressor, which actually you don't have to use the string silencers anymore. It captures the string and absorbs the shock and doesn't have any twang to it when it shoots. New for this year, just like all the Bowtech bows, most of them at least, they have the roller guard system incorporated in here. There's no more use for a cable slide anymore. They have the roller guard system, which in turn allows the cables to roll independently on these rollers. I've outfitted it with our TM100 that we're using for this year's review. If a bow's sent to me with a rest on it, then that's the rest that I use. But just generally, we're going to use this new archery products Quick Tune, which works out pretty good. Single cam. Basically Diamond's Bowtech's single cam line. So we're going to check it out and see how it shoots. Alright, this year I'm using the 373 grain arrow that we talked about from Victory Archery, the V-Force arrow. And what I'm going to do first is just a couple of draw tests and things of that nature to let you see how it looks. Get the feel of the bow, see how the wall is and everything. You get to see it right here. We're going to do our draw test first. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Diamond's bows the last few years have really been able to have a smooth draw. It's a solid wall. I mean, you can even creep forward, it doesn't move. Creep at all, it doesn't move at all. I'm creeping. See, I have to go about 1.5 inches to let it start creeping in. So the valley's really nice on this bow. We'll go ahead and draw it again. I'm not using a string loop or anything, just putting it on the line. Bowtech always sends their bows with the knock point inserted so that you ensure when you're tuning your bow it's perfectly in line with where it needs to be. So when all you have to do is mount your rest, align it, and you should have a good tune. They have the little kisser buttons, or the eliminator buttons, what they're called, on the bottom. Just to keep you from pinching the arrow. Knock. Drawn again. Very smooth. Set at 70 pounds, and it probably feels like it's about 64 pounds or so. Not bad at all. I'll go ahead and shoot it. I mean, look here, the grip, no problem. Bow doesn't really want to torque at all. It doesn't torque. Just, your normal, if you try to actually torque it, then it'll torque. But just on your regular hand roll, it won't torque. Go ahead and shoot it. Wow. There wasn't any hand shock at all. That was the first time I've ever shot this Diamond Marquis, and to tell you the truth, I like the way that feels. That's pretty good. Shoot it one more time. You didn't hear any twang on it at all. The only thing you heard was the metal rest, the clink, and that was it. The bow really shoots smooth, very smooth. All right, we're going to be shooting that 373 grain arrow through this Diamond Marquis. See what we get. .296 feet per second. Let's do that again. Alright, shooting again. Diamond Marquis. .294 feet per second. Well, overall, I'm very impressed with the Diamond Marquis. It's very smooth to draw. The draw cycle, I have to give it 9.6. The solid wall, 9-10. I really don't have any problem. There's zero zero hand shock pretty much. About a 9.8 on the hand shock. I mean, because every bow, there's been a couple I've shot that don't have any hand shock, but this just a tiny bit, not even recognizable if you're just shooting. You put a stabilizer on the front, you're not even going to feel anything at all. The speed is average about 295 feet per second, which is blazing fast. I mean, people say that, you know, Bowtech's Diamond line is the lower end line, but I mean, it shoots just as fast as some of the top of the line bows that are out there right now. Plus, it's very smooth to draw, very easy shooting, very comfortable to shoot, fits in your hand really well, does not torque at all. You know, the roller system is independent and it's really nice, and it keeps the draw smooth, keeps the shot quiet. The shot stopper really absorbs the shock. You don't hear the twang on some of the bows that don't have any string suppressors. There's the vertical limb technology that they have with the Bowtech Diamond line is just awesome. The in-velvet finish is really nice and comfortable, and your hands don't freeze when you grab it, like if, say, if it's cold outside. So overall, I'm going to have to give the Marquis a 9.7, 9.8. More leaning towards the 9.8 on an overall score of 10, because it is a very good shooting bow. I like how it feels in my hand, and I really do believe that it'll prove as a great bow for everybody out there. I mean, this would be a great competition bow, it'd be a great 3D bow, a great hunting bow. Anything you need to shoot, this would be a great bow for. Now, like all the other reviews I'm doing this year, most of these bows are going towards the injuredsoldiers.org. So if you could go over there and visit that site, you'll see it right down here. Go to injuredsoldiers.org, and if you can, donate to them or help them out over there. The Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, and Army guys coming back that are wounded from Iraq and Afghanistan, and he takes them on hunts and buys property to be able to take them on hunts and stuff. So why don't you go over and check that site out, and all the donations from this year bow review are going towards that great cause. So stick back and we'll see some more reviews, and look forward to seeing you around.